Hey guys, Falco here. I feel like making a castle. And this is Terraria, the game to make a castle. Well, not the game to make a castle, but a game to make a castle. When I make a world in Terraria, it's usually like I make an entire landscape filled of castles and little houses and stuff. Like when you go to, for example, the dungeon and your house is all the way to the right, as the dungeon is all the way to the left, you have a long way to run. And when you die in between, you are basically spawned back at your bed, which is in your house all the way to the right. So then you can start to walk to the left all the way over again. Now that bit me in the ass several times whilst I played Terraria. And since then I've learned to make sort of checkpoints in your world. Several different houses where you can run through whilst on journey and save. Like you have a bed there and you can save. So that you can easily move around from A to B even when you die. I started making an entire world of little buildings, as you can see a little watchtower there. Several sort of checkpoints, you know, to save up, get your strength, get a little piece of bread and move on. So, as you saw back there, I made like a little pearl stone castle. So I'm deciding to make a little grey stone castle here to the left, which is part of the new district or new kingdom. Making a little bit of a mess here. I'm cleaning up the trees to make a good solid place to start. As you can see, I'm speeding up right here. I'm gonna make a little bridge here out of grey stone. So I made these big wide pillars. You usually see it with castles, right? You see like a big pillars keeping the bridge up. So I felt like we need to add that to our castle as well. There's like a little zombie trying to poke me in the ears whilst I was underwater. The foundation for the bridge is done. I like the result of it. So I've just made the bridge here, solid and well. Now I'm going to make this like a sort of great grand entrance to my castle. I made this 5 high and I eventually decided to make it 6 high whilst checking my previous watchtower here. I found that it was about 6 high, which looks a lot better. I want to take the same style and copy it and use it back there as well. I wanted to make it a little bit less boring by actually making some kind of pattern in it. And I want all my castles to be symmetrical because I have terrible OCD and I see every little flaw in it. As you can see here, I want some kind of pillars to also keep that part of the bridge up. There we go. And I found this to be a kind of charming idea. As you can see, the background stone parts don't really collide that well with each other, but I think it has some kind of charm to it. So the entrance is kind of ready now, and now I am preparing the main castle bit, which is going to be right here. I think I'm going to remove these last 3 trees, and that's about the border where the castle would end. So this big square here, where the eye is popping against this dirt there. I'm gonna use dynamite because I'm a lazy bum. And boom goes the dynamite. And for the little pieces there, I'm gonna use my hand axe. So I'm laying the foundation here, and I want to keep a little bit of cave there for a kind of treasure slash storage place. Right there. Here. There we go. I always feel like filling up everything with dirt because the stone that's sticking out of the ground or clay that's sticking out it doesn't always fade into the dirt perfectly, or into the ground, you know, so, like you see in the left here, you see a little piece of dirt there, which is, just, you know, it's kind of immune to the grass, you know, I don't like that. I want it to be smooth and solid. I'm getting my doors in. There we go. This right here is going to be the little treasure cave room. Cave slash treasure slash storage whatever room. Where I can just stuff some, yeah, resources. I don't think there's going to be any real treasure there because I'll make a more nice, more beautiful treasure room later on. I'm gonna fill it in with dirt to have that real idea that it's a little cave, you know, in the corner of the castle. With only one entrance, which comes from in the castle. So I'm filling up this part with dirt, so the castle can fit perfectly within the mountain, sort of. I wanted this castle to be like a big main part and a little watchtower that's connected to it. So I'm creating a little bridge now, and I'm creating a little tower here. I always wanted the castle to be like two-sided somehow. That it was... I'm actually making a mistake here, by the way, because I've placed a little starting wall there, thinking it would be the outer wall, but that's like the left wall, and I was thinking that's the right wall. Sounds kind of confusing right now, but you'll see here that I see my mistake. I actually needed to cut that out there. I wanted a little, yeah, what would you call it? A little nature part underneath the bridge with the trees. I wanted to keep that because it has some kind of, you know, I like it. It gives that little naturey feel to it. Like you have some kind of green stuff in your a little bit of nature in your castle. I'm preparing the battlements here, which I wanted to be like the second layer, the background layer of Terraria, because you can actually walk next to it now. Because if I would have made that out of the first blocks, I would actually be walking over them, which is not very nice, was it? This needs to be very symmetrical, so it was hard to figure out at first, but I figured it out. I'm trying to... here I'm fixing up the remaining parts of the castle, where the chambers are gonna be and stuff. I'm thinking of just making 3 wide chambers, so that the furniture that I'm gonna put down has enough space between it. That's usually the problem with my houses in Terraria, that I don't have enough room and it looks very stacked up. It will probably look stacked up as well in this little castle. I mean, I'm not very organized when it comes to that. I wanted a little... This looked kind of boring, this part, so I decided to make a little watchtower here as well. It was kind of a struggle because I didn't like the result much. So here I go, I fixed it. Still didn't like it, eventually, as you can see. So I fixed it again. And I think this looks alright. So now I'm gonna finally fill in the backgrounds after all this while, which actually took quite some time. And I found a little glitch there. I couldn't place one wall. Somehow bugged the hell out or something, I don't know. Seemed to fix it there, but later on I saw that it was gone again, it disappeared. So I will find out how to fix that. This took a lot of grey brick wall to fill this all in, but eventually it worked. And it looks alright. I like using the little brick walls to make the other bricks come out more. Like I did with the entrance there. You know, I used the brick wall to actually make the stone brick come out more. Make it look more alive. I'm finally putting some torches down because it was getting very dark. This is the last part I'm filling in. Now we're gonna smash up some windows in this brick wall. I want it to be like old castles, long and open windows, which I will not fill with glass because I think glass in this game has this too modern look to it. This also took some while to figure out because all windows needed to look perfectly. Not that one window would be 2 blocks and the one would be 4 blocks, you know. So it needed to be perfect. Eventually, when you have the first one figured out, the other ones are very quick and easy to do. Now we checked out if it was valid housing for the NPCs. And for the next episode we're gonna look at the top part of this castle. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm thinking of making 2 towers there. So there we go, all the windows are filled. Get some wooden planks there, and I think I'm gonna call it quits for now because I don't want to make these videos too long with editing and stuff. We have the foundation, the bridge, the entrance, and the windows, so we're quite far. So see you then, guys.